Thursday. I'm so glad you're here. Is it Throwback Thursday? No, it's Thankful Thursday. I am so thankful to be here with you, and I'm so thankful for so many things. Number one, I'm thankful today for our Constitution, which is still very much intact. And if you are interested in having a conversation with me and with Andy, who's been on the show several times and will continue to be on the show, please join us Saturday morning at 9 o'clock in the morning, Eastern, 9 Eastern, in a Spaces on Twitter. We are going to really talk about how the Constitution is still very much intact for a lot of people who are questioning that. And we want to just really drive that home that it is. So that's going to be a fun time. So please join us. And if you are not sure how to get into that or don't know where to find that space, please hit me up on Twitter at Real Trumper Mel or on True Social at Real Coach Mel. And I will run that little banner for you at some point so that I can give you those details where you can find me if you'd like to join us for that. Also, real quick, I want to remind you that I did start a whole new line of merch. It's not on my website, but I will give you the URL again at the end of the show, and it's super fun. I love it. I'm super excited about all of it. And then, of course, don't forget our lovely Blackout Coffee. These guys are veterans. They stand for the Second Amendment, and they make delicious coffee that is patriot coffee, guilt-free coffee. Every sip, you are absolutely supporting patriots in the fight for freedom and for keeping things America first, right? You can buy the pods there. You can see those there, as well as if you want beans, or if you want the ground already, if you want a lighter roast, a medium roast, darker roast, they've got it all for you. You can use that little QR code right there and just scan that and go straight to it. Make sure you use the coupon code CoachMel to get a discount for that as well. So go on over and take advantage of that. All right. Well, I have a very special room full of people tonight. I'm just going to go ahead right over here and say hello to Lisa and Kirk and a new guest named Andrew. Hello, everyone. How are you this evening?
Hello.
Hey.
How you doing?
Great to see you. And if any of you aren't aware, maybe you're new to the show, Kirk and Lisa and I have done a show together before. You got to go back and watch it. These guys are a hoot and so much fun, and they know so much, have such great information. But we are really introducing our guests together. The three of us are introducing our new friend, Andrew Ridaw. Am I saying that right, Andrew? Your last name?
You are.
Okay, good. I took a stab at that. But I'm so excited to talk about this tonight. I've really been kind of putting the teasers out on True Social and Twitter today that you guys are all going to want to come and see and learn about this gentleman that we are interviewing this evening. You are the co-founder and CEO of Liberation Technology Services, which is a private cloud hosting company focused on innovating the industry with revolutionary cybersecurity and a focus on liquid cooled edge data centers. I have no idea what that means. That sounds very amazing.
It is.
Equally impressively, you have served in the White House with our wonderful President Donald J. Trump. And
yes,
that's fascinating. I had no idea about that until just a few minutes ago. So I wish I could just have the whole show about that. But we have an agenda tonight. We have something we want to cover. So we're going to get right into it. So why don't I start with you just saying hello, telling us a little bit about you for a minute, and then I'm going to pass it to Kirk and Lisa to tell us kind of why you're here. Okay?
Yeah. So spent 4 years in the Trump White House, one of the greatest experiences I could have ever asked for. It was an honor to get to serve the American people and be a part of such an amazing administration with a heart on really making everyone's life a little bit better. I wish I could say the same that this administration was trying to do that, although it does seem that they have their own agenda. But After seeing everything that took place in 2020 and 2021, we decided to start Liberation Technology Services to combat the political weaponization of technology that we see from companies like Amazon and GoDaddy and Google, and really to be that kind of safe haven for people to go where they can, host their websites, they can communicate via email without fear that AI is watching them, and all these different things. And so, Liberation has built out a variety of different tools to really ensure that the First Amendment is always preserved here in this country.
Wow, that's huge. The First Amendment. We know a little bit about that, don't we, guys? Yeah, if they can get our First Amendment, they can get the rest. I think there's a reason that it's the first one, don't you?
Well, the second one protects the first one, that's for sure.
That
Yeah.
is true. That is true. Okay, well, that's just you in a nutshell. I imagine we could sit for hours and just and find out so much more about you, and we will as the time goes by this evening. But Kirk, why don't you and Lisa, either one, whoever wants to take off first, and tell us a little bit about what we launched, what you guys launched, and then we'll get into why Andrew's here.
Okay, cool. Go ahead, Lisa.
So I'll just jump into how it all came about. So, in a nutshell, we were in a Save America group with Mel, and we were looking at, you know, voter integrity issues, saving California. We're both in Los Angeles. We didn't know that we were in a California group, which is a big place, as you all know. And so we had people from San Luis Obispo, Sonoma County, and it turned out that Kirk and I live a couple miles away from each other. And we both had the same mission in mind, or the same idea in mind. And for me, I kept hearing people say, get involved, get involved, get off the couch, get involved. That meant nothing to me. And I thought, I need a How to Get Involved for Dummies book. Where can we find something like that? And I thought there has to be other people like that. We have 10 million people in Los Angeles. This is not all blue here. And I thought, how can we collate everybody? And it's funny because Kirk had exactly the same idea. And I said, well, let's just start with the San Fernando Valley, just a couple million people. And he's like, no, let's go big. Let's go for LA, which is 9.5 million people now. So you want to take it over, Kirk, since you're more the technical?
Sure. So are we going to start sharing here, Mel?
Yeah, I sure can. I'll go right over
Okay.
there.
So basically, Lisa contacted me, as she said, and I thought it was perfect because I know absolutely nothing about politics. So I thought, oh, let's start a website about politics. So
Perfect.
I was that guy on the couch that was complaining and whining about what was going on. And then I thought to myself, well, what am I doing to really make a change? So do I have any right to complain? So I thought, since I have experience in WordPress or certain web design tools, I thought maybe I can utilize, General Flynn and Seth Keshel always say, you don't have to serve in the military to be serving our country or doing something for our country. You take a skill that you have and utilize that skill, and that's what your contribution will be to saving our country. And so that's what I decided to do, get off my butt and do something. So as you're seeing on the screen now, Lisa and I collaborated on this site, America First Los Angeles. And what we want this to be is we want this to be like a hub where people don't have to Google and search for how do you find your local council person, or what group I got to look for a group now to be active in the Republican Party. So we thought we could make it like an easy resource for people. And by the way, this is a total nonpartisan effort that Lisa and I are going after here. So disregard the invisible MAGA hat that I'm wearing. It's not about that today. But you know where I stand. But no, honestly, we're trying to. There are a lot of great people out there that believe in making America first, believe in making their city and their communities first. I mean, I think that's a great platform. So here we go. We're on the homepage. If you go to the homepage, one of the most important things that we think we want to focus on is we got to get out and get to our meetings, like our neighborhood meetings and our city council meetings. So right there in your face, there's no excuses. You can find out where your city council meetings are so that you can use your voice to try to change things in your community. So this would be the city council meeting for the greater city of Los Angeles, right, Lisa? This is the city council,
Correct.
the main for Los Angeles County. And then also what's really important, guys, is your neighborhood, your little neighborhood council meetings as well. And so you can go here and you can actually do a search for your individual neighborhoods, and you can even set alerts on when your meetings are going to be. And like for here, it tells you that this one's canceled. And if you click on them, this is one in Hollywood. It gives you, oh, oh, sorry. I got to share this tab instead. Sorry, Mel.
That's okay.
All
You're
right.
doing good.
So, like for instance, here's one Chatsworth. And so,
Nothing's
can you
there
see
on
that?
this. Nope, nothing's on the screen right
Nothing's
now.
on the screen. Oh, you know what? That's a peek.
So one
You know
of
what
the
happened?
oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Lisa. Go ahead.
One of the things I was going to add was with Los Angeles, I have no idea what it's like in other cities, but the politics here are so confusing and so convoluted. Just to figure out what meetings you go to, the districts are crazy, the zoning, the names for things. You hear about precinct strategy. We don't have precincts. They call it something else. So it's really, really difficult to figure it all out. And that was one of our goals, was just to lay it out, just super simple, super easy. This is what you need to do, because that's how we lose people.
Right.
Is, most people, they hear politics and they're like, no, I'm done. And then, you add in all these other roadblocks to getting involved, and that's it. You've lost them. So,
Right.
sorry,
Yeah.
Kirk, go ahead.
No, that's okay. I think are we back on screen share? I
Yep.
think I knocked us out. Okay.
Yeah, it's fair.
So a lot of great things too is what's important. You can find your city, you can find your elected official in your community. Now, this would take you a bit of time to search on Google. So what I did is I got this map here that will give you the number of your district, okay? And then you can just go down here and you can match that number up with your the person that runs your district.
I want to
Here,
say
and it tells
something
you.
real quick, Kirk, for
Yeah.
everybody that's listening. Even if you're not in Los Angeles, hold on, because there's a reason that we're presenting this to you tonight. This is not just about Los Angeles. We are explaining what's on here, and it's a Los Angeles site, but there's more. So I just wanted to say
Right, and
that.
right. That's a great point, Mel. And going to back why Andrew's here, which we'll get to Andrew in a moment, is I look at myself as, so I know how to use web design tools, okay? And I look at this like an inventor works in his garage and invents an item, okay? He invents it and then he takes it to somebody that makes it a reality or makes it come to fruition. So that's why Andrew's here. He's going to give you guys a way to cost effectively get a site similar to what I've created in your community that's going to be user friendly, that your team and your people can manage themselves. So I just want to let people know that right away. Now, what we wanted to do also is this is a big part of, we want people to get involved, okay? And that's what this website is doing. So here's our quote by, of course, General Flynn: "Local action means national impact." So there's no excuse. When you go to our site, we give you many ways. You can run for local office, volunteer, study the candidates, stay informed, attend your meetings, phone your elected officials, and you can also help in maintaining election integrity. And of course, the beautiful drop-down menus that give you the ways to do that. Yeah, so that there's no excuses, folks. If I can do this, guys, anybody can get off the couch and do it themselves as well. We have a list also of resources. We have a list. This is a good start for people too. We have like news sources that are reliable, not conspiracy sources, sources that fact check themselves. And you can just choose for yourself to get to know what's really going on out there, and you don't have to be a deep red-pilled person or totally awake to take advantage of this information at all. This will help you understand. And like I said, this is nonpartisan. This is going to help you guys learn what's really happening in our country right now, which is very serious. That's going
And this
on.
is a great tool also to give to people that don't really maybe are not completely awake yet because, I mean, this is all just like right here in black and white and red and blue and green. I mean, it's just right there for everybody to, it's just a great tool, makes it super easy for those who are still, that you want to help get there.
Right. And two, what we try to do too is not just put links, but we want to give people a little description. As you can see when I hover over, it gives you a little description of the news source, and you can check out for yourself, whether or not you want to visit any of these sites and if they work for you. Another thing that we're trying to do, and this is all America First media that we're trying to do. And then also we have, America First podcasts. Is the frame still sharing? Are we cool?
Yes. Yep. You're good.
So as you can see, we have podcasts too that people can tune into that are America First. Oh, look who we have here. We have the Coach Mel Show.
Why isn't yours on there? Why isn't yours on
I
there?
know. I got to get. Oh, because
you got to get yours on there. My goodness.
Yeah,
slacking.
Kirk.
I know. I'm slacking.
Why aren't we on there?
No, I'm slacking.
Yeah, clearly.
So anyway, what I want to say is that. I wanted to say that too. This is like a joint effort with people. So if people tune in, we're totally cool with getting information and using it from people. So if anyone ever has suggestions and people can use this in their local community, let people know you're looking for things. You're looking for information that you can add to your site. So we're always open to suggestions, and that's
the events
part.
page. We have an events page.
And we do have an events page too, which we have local events and we have out of town events. These are America First events. And let me see here. Yeah, so we have. I just want to show you the layout here, which is cool. So it basically headline all the events that are happening. So Lisa's the event finder and the fact checker. And so she'll send me stuff to upload. And so these are the kind of things, if you get one of these websites in your community, you can have your team, find these events in your local community, because that's what we need to do. We need to get out in our local community. We just can't sit and watch Truth or TV on Rumble all day and be online. We actually have to get out there. That's why I went to my first neighborhood council meeting a few weeks ago, and that was a great experience, but it was like there were 2 people there, and I'm thinking to myself, I bet back in the day, people made it, before all the agenda pushing and everything went to hell, like our favorite president says, I'm sure people went early on to their meetings. They'd make an evening out of it. They'd go together and then maybe go out and have a drink or a meal after their meetings. And I'm thinking I'd love to try to get our communities to gather people to go and make it a thing where, like on a Wednesday, once a month, you guys all go to a community meeting, your neighborhood meeting, and then maybe go out and have a meal afterwards. I think that's what we need to get to. We need to make it like a fun, community-driven, friends, family event. I know that might sound cheesy to some people, but I think that's, what I think Lisa and I are trying to do, to get people to make it fun and make it entertaining for people to get out and be involved in this. Because I have to be honest with you, when I first signed up for Save California, our group, I was like, do I want to do this? I'm not into it. And I'll do it anyway. But it's amazing when you go out of your comfort zone and the connections you make and really the supernatural things that you can accomplish. So I really encourage people to take that first step. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Folks, once again, I know nothing about politics. I'm learning on the fly. Sorry for the long-winded. Sorry. For the long-winded,
No, you're good. You're good.
Awesome.
Thank you. No, but yep. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mel.
Yeah, and there's one other thing that you didn't talk about, and I've already taken it off screen, but one other thing on there that I love about this site is you can find out, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but how your legislators are voting. Is that on there?
Right. So when I went to find your neighborhood council meeting, you can, for your neighborhood, you can click on it. And what I did, I clicked and it took me to a PDF. That's why we couldn't show it. It will show you their voting. Who voted for how they voted.
Voting record. Okay. So now we get to the part why we have Mr. Andrew in the room with us.
Mel, I don't mean to interrupt the flow of your show,
sure.
but one thing before, can you just go back to screen share? There's an important thing I want to show the people before we go to Andrew, because this is a pretty intricate thing. Okay.
There you go.
Are we up?
Yep, we're up.
Okay, I'm sorry. So I just wanted to show you guys, we have, if you see this drop down, can you see the drop down menu? So basically we have a whole bunch of resources for people to get involved in their community, and also resources to protect the children and volunteering opportunities, and just a whole bunch of resources. So that I just wanted to show you that
I
you
love
can
it.
add to your site. Yeah. Okay.
No,
Sorry.
thank you. No, don't be. I love that. I'm
Okay.
glad that I didn't know about that. You're always adding new stuff, Kirk. It's always
I know.
amazing. It's
I
great.
know.
It's so thorough. Okay, so I was showing this out on Twitter to a group in Spaces, and somebody in there got super excited and said, Mel, I live in Oregon. I got to have one of these. And so I'm like, hold up. Hey, Kirk, uh, is this possible? And so we went on a mission to find out how can we template this website and get this to this guy. And then we thought, well, shoot, what if other people want it? What if we want to get this to anybody across America that wants this? I'm like, Kirk, can you handle that? And he was like, no, I cannot do all of that. No, I cannot. So we decided, let's look into this. And Ghostbusters. There you go, Kirk. I did that for you. He's just like, he didn't even smile. Like, are you still there?
Oh,
Okay.
you froze for a moment, so I think I
I
missed it.
froze for a minute. I
Yeah, you
said,
froze
who are
for
we
a
going to
minute.
call? Ghostbusters. And
Oh,
then
that's
you
right.
just sat there. You
Oh,
sat there.
we
And I'm
didn't hear
like,
that.
Kirk.
That was funny.
80s.
Oh, I froze. I didn't
I'm
see
just
myself
sitting.
freeze, but
I'm glad I clarified that, because I really looked like a jerk
yeah,
not
you just
responding
sat
to
there.
your.
Like, and I'm like, wait, you're the person who's supposed to always go with me on
It's
all the
really funny.
80s references, always.
Right. I know
Right.
we do 80s references. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, back to the topic at hand. So we decided, what do we need to do? And Kirk found Andrew, and
hmm
let's go from there and talk about what the plan is, gentlemen and ladies.
Yeah, so what we've been doing over the last couple of months with Kirk is coming up with a way that this can be easily scaled without necessarily having to become a WordPress expert, kind of like Kirk took on himself. So we recently launched a no-code site builder. So very similarly to how GoDaddy and Wix and all those other platforms allow for you to just drag and drop, different images and text to build a website. So we launched our own about 6 months back, and we've been working with Kurt to template the America First LA into our no code site builder. So what we'll be able to do, anyone that is interested, they'll be able to reach out, and uh, we can basically set up the full site. We'll give them a little survey for them to fill out so that we know, what are the links for their school boards, kind of all that local grassroots information. They'll fill that information out, and then we'll be able to build their own version of the America First LA, and we'll also give them emails and email blast capabilities and all of those other things so that they can get the word out and really start engaging their local community, because that's where it all matters. I think COVID really shows us that it's the school boards and the city councils that really control our future. And we just really feel like it is a important step to get our communities engaged, especially before this 24 cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Hoorah. I'm so excited about this. I'm so excited about this. This is like, I feel like just a God thing. I mean, I really feel like, well, first of all, we've all seen the hand of the Lord through this whole process together. We just are amazed all the time at, wow. I mean, even just the divine connections with all of us individually, and then just the further we get down this path, it's like, God, you're just directing our steps, and these things just keep happening. So the excitement around being able to give a tool like this to potentially every county across America. I mean, obviously not every county will do that, but especially the bigger ones, or anywhere that you need it. If you need something like this, well, we all need it, but what an amazing tool right at our fingertips. And now God connected us with somebody straight from from the President Donald J. Trump's White House, of all people, to who's been working on this and then brought us together. Isn't that just like God? So I love that. Just thank you, Lord. But yeah, so I know that there's going to be a lot of questions and things, but let's just, you guys ask him questions, or what questions might come up that other people would want to ask that we can go ahead and have asked and answered right now on the podcast.
Mhm.
Well, I just want to say, Mel, that Andrew has really made it. It's been amazing. I believe he's made it very cost effective for people
Mhm.
to do this, so it's not going to break the bank, and I really appreciate that he has done that. And I also want to say that people can always reach out to me. I can be kind of a liaison. Sometimes people aren't technically versed, so I know how to speak the language. I know how to communicate certain things technically as far as websites are concerned. I have a bit of a, I can play more like a kind of a producer role or help people, lead them through the way if they're not understanding. So that's one thing that I can offer.
Yeah, and they can
Um,
reach out to me too if they
yeah,
need some
yeah,
assistance with content, and how to
exactly.
find things. So
Well, let me
that's
just ask that question. Are you guys going to be first point of contact? Like, how are we
I'd
going to
be more than happy. Yeah, absolutely.
we haven't really talked about that. We can just talk about it
Mhm.
right here on the show. So, and Andrew, you may have weigh in on this, like first
Oh,
point of
I'm
contact.
just saying, I'm okay if they want to take the lead. Trust me, they don't. You got to be careful what you ask for. You're going to have thousands of people wanting to set this up. So,
Well,
No, it's
I,
fine. Because that's kind of my expertise. I know nothing IT, which is that's Kirk's part, but I can tell people where places to look, and having to deal with Los Angeles, it's such a big place. So, um,
yeah, and we make it really easy. So we're going to set up the site 100%, right? You're going to provide us with the
Mhm.
information and we're going to make it really, really easy. And if you want to, you don't really have to touch it ever, right? It's just going to keep working and stay updated. But if you decide, hey, I want to add something else, the platform that we've built, it's a very simple, hey, I want to add a picture box over here, or I want to add a video right here. And, it's just a drag and drop and then select the video that you want to. And, we really make this, we have solutions that what we like to call Main Street to Wall Street. We want to make it so that there's a solution for everyone with every single skills level. So we really do, and this solution is very easy for even the greenest and newest of patriots on the web.
I love that.
and
And go ahead, Craig.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I just want to interject one thing as far as being a point of contact. My main plan was not being a main point of
Okay.
contact,
Okay. I wasn't
although
sure.
I'm not opposed. No, but I'm not opposed to sending people directly to Andrew. Okay, which is fine. Okay, I think deal directly with the person. But
Okay.
like I'm saying, I'm always open if people want to reach out to me if they have any questions, and I'm willing to, assist in any way I can to make the process smooth for them if they need like a middle person. But I believe Andrew is a capable and
Yeah.
conscientious to
I don't know.
to.
I
I
will
think
say,
Andrew should. I think he should do the heavy lifting. Is what I'm saying.
I'll
No, I'm
say
kidding.
at
No.
Liberation, I'll say at Liberation, we actually have some pretty normal people. So we're not going to throw a bunch of words at you that seem like gibberish,
Right, right.
all of our team, we deal with people every single day. So we know how to break it down to the most simple concepts and really help our clients articulate what they're looking to do.
Awesome. Now we're going to be able to reach you at Andrew at liberationtech.com, right?
Yes, or even better, they can
Okay.
go to our website, liberationtech.com. There's a contact us form. Go ahead and fill that out. And, in the comment section, just say, hey, I want to make my own version of America First LA. And that'll help us start putting you into rotation. We have a whole team that's going to be able to pick it up, help you guys out. That way, we want to make sure that nothing slips through my inbox. So you do that, you're going to get a response.
Okay, great. I've got it on a little ticker tape going across the bottom. We've got the Coach Mel Show, but then it says liberationtech.com. That is where you're going to need to go to do this. Now, how will they tell you, like, well, I guess you'll know, hey, we're wanting to set up one of those sites like Kirk and Lisa have for americafirstlOsangeles.org. You'll be able to communicate. They'll have a way to communicate that with you,
Yeah,
I
so
assume.
in the contact form near the bottom, there's a little comment section, and that's where you can say, Kirk, Lisa, America First LA. We'll be able to figure out what you're ultimately trying to do.
Awesome. Now, what like it's Kirk was saying, this is very cost effective. You guys are going to be amazed at the price. We're not going to talk about it here on the air, but we will visit with you. That can even, I think that's going to be something that Andrew will talk with you about when you come through the site. But when you think about what you are getting, this is going to be, I think it's going to blow people's minds when you find out how cost effective this is for you and for your state. And then, we're not going to need like 5 of them in one county. So I think what we'll have to do is kind of be like, well, somebody else is already, you might want to connect with them. And, we'll have to figure out a way to pool those people together that are maybe in the same county. So we'll have to maybe talk about that on the backside logistically, Andrew.
Well, the great thing is, we'll help you guys get your domain. And once someone claims that domain for your county, we're not going to be able to add you to the system. So we'll instantly know, hey, there's someone else in your county already. Let us check with them and make sure it's okay to connect you guys.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah. Good idea. Good idea.
Mhm.
Wow. So keep going, guys. Who else has thoughts or
Uh,
questions?
Well, I just want to say something about Andrew and his company. This is like super important. I found Andrew because I know that he does work. Can I say how I found you, Andrew? Like who you do
Sure.
work for? Okay, I just want to make sure. For His Glory TV,
Mm.
and that's how I found him because I went to the bottom. I said, "Oh, I really like the format. I like how they do their tech stuff." So I found him that way. And then it was the middle of the night, which is really, afternoon for me. And I used the chat on the website and I got a quick response. And, usually a lot of chats are like sourced out to like different countries and things like that. So it's like, I believe you're the one that like you responded from the chat.
Yeah.
And yeah, you
Wow.
were
I,
the one that responded.
it's
So
right
this is
here always.
yeah. Look, I'm going to tell you guys something right now. This is super duper important. The CEO of the company responded to me in the middle of the
Wow.
night.
Well,
Okay. And we set
that's
up a meeting. Go
Well,
ahead.
what I will say to that is I learned from the best, and President Trump really had a
Mm.
mentality of getting into every single part of the country and understanding the way of life for every single person.
Mm,
So you'll see me responding to tickets, responding to chats. My
Oh,
other teammates will come in and respond, but it helps me and helps the rest of our executive team to really understand
yeah.
what our
Yeah.
clients constantly need, because that's the only
mm.
way that we continue to get better, by listening to the people and understanding what they're looking for. And we actually one of the products that we launched, Hub for Teams, is kind of a Microsoft Teams Google workplace alternative. And the reason we went about that is because 9 out of 10 people that we talked to about hosting a website said, okay, well, how do I get off of Gmail? How do I get off of Zoom? How do I get off of all these things? So we built a platform that helps you accomplish that. And the only way that that would have ever happened is if we're in the field meeting with people and talking to them and looking and understanding what they're trying to do to get away from big tech.
Well, and that really brings up another point that Andrew, even though we're kind of saying, hey, here's a really great tool for you for this website, you have a lot of other products and services for people that are America first, that are patriotic. I mean, that are
Yeah.
based. I mean, wow, you have a lot of other
So we've
products. Then.
we've done Hub for Teams, we've done Liberation Campaign, which is included in the package that's like our MailChimp Constant Contact alternative.
Mm.
And then we have a Google Analytics alternative as well. And the kind of basic stuff like I need an email, I need to register a domain. We handle all of those things. So we really try to be a full package, one-stop shop.
I mean, we know that Mailchimp and what was that constant? What is it? Constant contact.
Constant Contact,
Very
yes.
liberal. I mean, canceling people, both of them, left and right. So that's beautiful. That's amazing. Even DuckDuckGo has gotten sold out. A lot of people are just like, hey, no, go over to DuckDuckGo. I'm like, no, don't go over to DuckDuckGo. I don't know if you do that kind of stuff, but
Yeah,
yeah.
well, that's not what we do. We are working with a couple of companies that are trying to fill that void that DuckDuckGo has left. But I
Mhm.
mean, one of the biggest things, and I don't think a lot of people realize this, but Google and Microsoft have come out and said they're going to start implementing their AI to monitor everything, every email, every chat, every document that you create and you're storing in one of those places. We heard of it a little last year where, Google was essentially going through your documents And if it didn't like something, it would just restrict your access to it. And so they're really kind of taking it to the next level, as we run up to 2024. And I think that, what we saw in the 2022 and 2020, those were pretty rough. But I think with the advent and kind of mass use of AI this cycle, it's going to be just, if you have an American flag in your bio, it's lights out.
Yeah, that's scary. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous. I mean, it's like, who cares? They're taking our Bill of Rights and our Constitution away by
Mhm.
claiming that they're a private company. But wow. I mean, that's kind of crazy. That's scary. So sign me
Mhm.
up.
It is. It is. Well, and that's why, there's so many companies like that we partner with, like Public Square, Red Balloon,
Mhm.
American Cloud. We really work hard, and there's, we're all friends in the backside of things, and we're like, how do we solve this massive shortcoming that Christians and conservatives have found themselves in? Because for far too long, we were just okay with Google kind of being biased and Amazon kind of doing some shady stuff. But now that those guys have stepped out as agents for the Democratic Party, it's obvious we have to build our own infrastructure, our own Silicon Valley, and everything else.
Yeah, and don't you think if they're saying, "Oh, by the way, we're going to AI all your stuff," that means they already have been for a while? Probably.
Oh, they have. They
Yeah.
have. I mean, and they've had AI for years now. It's just starting to become commercially available at scale, and with the capabilities that it has today.
Well, I kind of love the idea that if we're doing this with you, Andrew, then these websites that people can utilize in their own counties are going to be protected, right? We're not trying to do this through Google. We're not trying to do this through, all these other places. We're going to be hosting it with you, right? Am I saying
Right.
the
And
right word,
that's,
hosting?
yeah, well, exactly. And that's kind of the other unique thing. We took the time to build out our own infrastructure. So we know there's no middleman, there's no back end reliance on a Google or Amazon, because, even some of the largest hosting companies like GoDaddy, they use Google and they use AWS, right? So, in this world of technology, it's really hard to tell who has your data. So with us being that one-stop shop, we can give you the guarantee that your data is safe with us. You don't have to worry about a thing.
Wow,
Mhm.
that's incredible.
Hmm.
Should we tell them the price here or should we wait? Like, I haven't talked to you about that. Is it here or is it
Um,
later through the
I
backs
guess
on the backside?
we settled on that. Did we settle on that, Andrew? What are your thoughts on that? We settled
Yeah.
on it.
So
Do you want to
it's
go over?
a
Yeah, go over how the package and how it would work and all that jazz. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
so the it's a one-time fee of $1,000. We're gonna set everything up. We're gonna work with you, get all your design, get all your images, get all your local links, and then it's about, I think we settled on, it was like $25 a month, and that's your email, your website, your email marketing, your email blasts that you want to do. So you kind of get that whole package at a very reasonable cost.
that's incredible.
Believe me, that's reasonable.
Mhm. Yeah.
Believe me. And you're going with a guy that it's all in the USA, which is
Hmm.
Mhm.
unbelievable as well.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
two, and just to tell you guys again, I can't reiterate it. The CEO of the company didn't know who I was and communicated with me and gave me his time. And that's what you're looking for in a business, is someone that realizes no matter, who you are as a customer, they're going to give you undivided attention. Folks, I'm telling you, I've been in business. I know business, and that is how you do business.
$1,000 for a website that you
Yeah.
can have
Yeah.
everything on there that you want for. I mean, it doesn't, and it also like, I mean, that's not much. That's not much to do all of that. They're
No.
going to
And
do
we'll
all
get
the
it
work for you.
set up in just a matter of days. So, that's kind of one of the nice things
Mm.
about all of this. Granted, if 10,000 of y'all come at the exact same time, it may take us a few days to get through all the requests and get everyone organized. But yeah, I
Mm.
mean, it's, the great thing about this is we're going to, take something that's already working with America First LA, and we're going to spin it so you get the same impact, but with your local information.
So
Wow.
I have a question, Andrew. So if someone came to you and said, "I'd like to do this, but I know absolutely nothing about computers. I'm going to borrow someone's computer. Like, do you guys offer training that could really help someone just
We
get it
offer
all
training. We
rolling?
have a bunch of like videos and stuff like that, but it's
Nice.
literally so simple. You just say on the left hand side of our builder, it's like, do you want to put in a video? Do you want to put in a photo? Do you want to change your layout? It's about a dozen different things, and you
Mhm.
just click it, drag it to where you want it to be, you drop it, and then
Mhm.
it'll say, okay, upload your image here, add your text here. So thankfully, we haven't had kind of this big list of questions where we had to start doing formal trainings, because it's one of those things that in about 30 minutes of playing around with it yourself, you're like, okay, I get how this works. But we
Perfect.
are always there for folks that maybe run into a
Mhm.
hiccup.
And hopefully, there's plenty of people in each county that have tech, tech abilities. And so if you feel like, oh, I just really don't know if I want to bite that off, but maybe I know somebody else who, I would feel more comfortable them doing it. Talk to them, pull them and like build a group. And just like Lisa was talking about, the whole reason I started Save California, again, like I said, was because I wanted to connect. I don't know if I said this on the air, if I said it before, but I wanted to connect everybody across California, because we did Dropbox season, as y'all most of you know. Um, but I actually went out to California and met people there, and I'm like, yeah, there's no point. Y'all can put 100 ballots in a box. So I told them, I said, I'm coming for you. My vow, and I made a vow. I said, I'm making a vow to you that I'm coming for you after Dropbox season, and we're going to figure out a way to work together. And I just had this vision of connecting people across the state, because I was literally getting people saying, well, I'm in this town, but I don't know anybody. I'm like, well, I've got two other people in your town saying that they don't know anybody either. How about y'all connect up? And so I was able to start connecting people. And I thought, man, if we could get that vision for connecting all of California together, and because it's a red state, y'all. It is. Everybody who's like, it's a blue state. No, it's not. It's a red state, but they have done a really good job of fractioning all of you. So that's where I started. And that's how this got started. And this is really where it's got to go with each of your counties, is getting together. And this is beautiful. Like, get together with one another, have a potluck, grill out while it's still warm. It's still beautiful weather. Go, once a month, have a patriot, time in your home, maybe watch a movie, watch 2000 Mules, watch Sound of Freedom, watch something, watch a Patriot movie, or just have fun. But then, pull out the conversation. Hey, what about this website? What do you think? We should do this together. And hey, this will be fun. And how cool. Let's look at the Los Angeles one. My goodness, they're able to tell, all these things. It's so simple. And it gives you, even if you don't know what to do. And you all know my battle cry is, this is the podcast for freedom activists, and I am the girl who says, like, what's your step one? Let's get active. Go find something to do, and I will help you figure it out. So to me, this is a tool that y'all don't have to come to me or to one source or one place. You can go to your website, in your very own website dedicated to your county, with who are your legislative body in there, what are the events coming to your town, where are the meetings in your city, how many precincts seats are empty in California's Central Committee seats? How many precincts are empty? I don't know if that's on there or not, but where's your GOP meetings? What's on your .gov calendar? I don't know if that's on there or not, but I would put that on there. What's on your .gov calendar? What meetings are going on in your, across your county every day? What's happening? And these are the ways we are going to take this country back. We're not going to take it back by talking about devolution, or there's a whole bunch of corporation, there's a whole bunch of constitutions, and America's corporation and DC is foreign soil, and so burn it down. That's not how we're going to get this country back. We're going to get this country back by learning what we, the people, what our power is, bottom up, from the bottom up, learning to take that position. We can't keep looking at the legislative branch, the executive branch, and the judicial branch, and what's all going on up there, while neglecting what's going on in your own backyard. It is in your own backyard where kids are being snatched. That's where we got to go. So
Yes.
I think this website is like gold, guys. It's gold. It's just, I'm so excited.
I just had an idea. I have a
Yeah.
question for
Yep.
Andrew. So you mentioned you did something with Teams, the
Mhm.
Teams program. Yeah, I'm really familiar with that. And I wonder if we could add something like that to the America First website so that people in California can connect. like
Yeah.
live like that?
Yeah. So, one of the great things that we have is Hub for Teams is really meant to kind of cross a bunch of different platforms to bring everything into one application. And so you can do your file storage, your collaboration, your chat, your video conference calls, all of these different things, project
Nice.
management. It's really an activation tool more than anything. So as an organization, what's the latest and greatest. You no longer have multiple versions of a document or meeting notes running around. You have kind of one source of truth that you can go, and that is part of the solution that you're going to get with this package.
Wow. You just like went way over my head, but I loved it.
Right. No, and that's the thing is like that Andrew's going to find a better way. Like I created systems on our side, but he's capable of finding a better way to do something, and I'm always
Love
open to
that.
that. Like if
Love
you can
that.
find a better way to do something, that is amazing. So that's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what we're realistically looking at, ahead of us is the fact that we all have to get motivated. It
Mhm.
is, I think 2020 really showed us that we can't just sit around, right? I think the church and, the everyday citizen, unless it was right in their face, they weren't engaged. They were like, oh, well, President Trump or the administration will take care of it. But
Right.
I think 2020 showed how brutal it could actually get, and
Mhm.
also revealed that, hey, these technologies are going to really impact the way people think and the narrative that they're able to get. And so, it is important for people to get involved every single day. Vote with their feet is what I like to say, but it's
Mhm.
also important for them to vote with their wallet. I mean, we
Yep.
look at what happened with Bud Light and Target and all these other companies. I think it's becoming evident that, hey, if we start boycotting all of these big corporations and start doing business with other like-minded company, we
Mhm.
can quickly, in just a matter of months, change the narrative in this country. And
Mhm.
so by, just getting engaged, talking to your neighbors and things like that, and then supporting local businesses or like-minded businesses, there's over 100 million Americans that are ideologically aligned. And so it really
Mm.
won't take a very long time for that message to reach Washington D.C., to reach Silicon Valley and other parts of this country that have just really forgotten the average everyday man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Very true.
Impressive.
Andrew, how did you get into IT? Has this always been your field?
Oh no! Oh God! I was I was the last 2 years of the White House. I was one of President Trump's senior advanced leads for operations and logistics. So we did all of the rallies, all the policy events, figured
Mhm.
out how to do mass events in an epidemic or in a pandemic, and also we were the ones that would lead the president anywhere in the world that he had to go. Um, and so that was my background, and it was kind of this divine moment. All of a sudden, we were fired by the American people. Found ourselves all unemployed, and I was like, all right, well, as a problem solver, technology is that new kind of battlefront.
Yeah.
And that is where the future elections will ultimately be won or lost. And that kind of divine moment, my co-founder was kind of introduced to me, and my co-founder Pam built the first cloud for the federal government 16, 17 years ago. And so she
Mhm.
brings the technical capability that allowed for us to launch. Granted, I think I've picked up quite a bit in a very short amount of time, but I just get to be the face of an amazing team, and those guys support the cause every single day and really are the ones that make the magic happen.
Interesting.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Wow. Okay. So, so many questions now about the White House and how it works and all that. But of course, this is not why we're here tonight. But to be a fly on the wall to
We'll do another
have your
show.
experiences.
We'll do the tell all.
Oh, wow. Yeah, very cool. So, is it even known how Kirk, how you came across Andrew? Like, how did y'all make this connection, or just you just went looking?
Oh no, so like I was saying, so I went to the His Glory
Oh, that's right.
website,
That's
And
right.
the link, I'm always like doing that with things. I don't know if you're like that, Andrew, but I like, oh, that looks interesting. I wonder who built that or who made that. So I'm constantly scanning when I see something I like, because maybe I want to use something similar when I create something. Not stealing, just I think it's an honor when you do that, right?
I take
But
it a step further. I go
well, yeah,
way deeper than that.
you do? Okay, yeah, no, no. So I do dig deep. I do dig deep. Just like Lisa likes to look at the facts. Everything politically. Like she's always fact checking me, which I love,
That's
because
good.
like I
Yeah.
know nothing about politics. She's Kirk. You said that. Okay, I'm sorry, I was wrong. But no, like in the technical stuff, I look and I go, that's really intriguing. I want to check it out. So that's how I found Andrew. And like I said, I can't reiterate enough that anytime you're searching, and I've looked at a lot of online website companies. And I even know, and I've dug so deep that I know there's a company, I think it's EIG or AIG, that monopolize or own the majority of web companies. Like you might think you're changing web companies, but you're really not. I mean, they like run they're like the cabal of web companies. Okay, that's
Oh,
another show
I,
in
I
itself.
I think that's the parent company for GoDaddy, and then they have like 6 different lines every single way. Yeah,
Yeah, they run the
wow.
monopoly, and I think it's EIG, right? Is it EIG? I don't want
I
to.
think that sounds
I
right.
don't want to
Yeah.
burn. Fact check me on that, Lisa. I don't want to burn a company that's AIG initials and they're not
Get a
really. But
defamation
anyway,
lawsuit.
but the really important thing, and I want to say, I'll make it quick, Mel,
No,
is
you're good.
that you're getting personal concierge service when you're calling Andrew. Okay, the CEO of the company will talk to you. Where do you get that? When you're online chatting at night, you get some sourced out foreign auto bot chat thing,
Oh, yeah.
and he contacted me. He didn't know who I was, so that didn't matter to him. He gave me his undivided attention, and I appreciate that, and I will remember that. Okay, and that's how people will get more business, and I
I
appreciate
remember
it.
that. Kirk is telling the truth.
Well,
Are
and
you fact
we
checking?
Okay,
want to. She
Fact
remembers.
checking.
I could probably pull up the chat. It goes all in the archives. But yeah, I mean, we really take what we call the white glove experience, because we want to put humanity back in technology, and it's not just the cloud, right? Some kind of mystic thing that no one really knows how it works or where your data is stored. We can say, no, we know exactly where it is. You're going to talk to a real person. Most of the time, I do sleep sometimes. So you might get hey, fill out this form and we'll be in contact with you soon. But other than that, yeah, I mean, our team, works around the clock. The reason I jump on all the time is to also give them some time to sleep. But we have really a phenomenal team that is, just dedicated to helping people every single day.
That's beautiful.
And he was at the meeting when I booked the meeting, online meeting. He actually was there in the meeting with his colleague, Brian. I think it was Brian, right? And so
Hmm.
we had. So I mean, what more can you ask for? That's what you're looking for. That was like, remember old times when customer service was just amazing. When you go to a restaurant and the waitress really wanted to help you and brought you that extra drink
Hmm.
without asking. I mean, that's what I'm kind of. I know that kind of sounds maybe cheesy, but that's what I feel like you're getting with Andrew's company.
Love that. Love that
Yeah.
so much. All right. Well, I was hoping to have a few more people that maybe were chatty tonight. We got an unchatty room this evening. But if you are lurking and watching and you have any questions, I did put that on there, said, hey, ask some questions, but nobody's chatting tonight. Where's all my chatty Cathy friends? But what's really fun is a lot of people, I usually have about upwards of 2,000 people that are watching these videos. So we should be getting this out. And if you guys will all blast this on your sites, anyone who's watching, you might, if you are interested, great, let us know. If you are not, you might know somebody who is. Remember, this whole thing is about connection. All of us, saving America is going to be about making connections. And if you feel like, okay, this isn't for me, but it might be for somebody I know, the way we get this out and we broadcast this and the way we do this is we need to get this out everywhere. I would love to see this go everywhere. Now we're also going to have to vet people, obviously, guys. Andrew,
Yep.
we're gonna have to vet, but
I've got all the solutions. How many skeletons do you want us to find?
He's got
wow,
Space Force on his side. He's got Space Force.
wow, you and I need to talk.
Now I'm sorry I came
Please,
on this call.
please, people. Now I got to say I'm joking. Okay, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You have to be careful, really, you do these days. That's a
I
joke,
know
folks.
it's
Don't
it's
write
Unfortunate.
a
into Mel. Don't write into Mel. That now she's a
just do it.
conspiracy, a theorist
Oh,
to the
that's already
podcast.
happening right now.
Oh, I
Let me
know.
tell you. Oh, old friends are trying to turn me into the cabal. It's really really
Right,
fun.
right, right.
Really really really
Yeah.
fun. Love
It's
my
fun.
life right now. But yeah, we'll talk, Andrew.
Yeah.
I could talk
Looking
with you.
forward to it.
But
Yeah.
no, yeah, this is fun. This is fun. So yeah, but please get this out on your True Social, your Twitter, your Gab, your Getter. Pilled. I know I've got some folks from Pilled watching right now. Hi, Pilled. That's kind of a new website for me. Really cool people over there. Please get this out to everybody. This is not so that I can get like, oh, let's get Mel more visibility. I don't care about that. Don't care about that. What I care about is saving America and getting tools like this. When we come across something really spectacular and God makes these kinds of connections, this needs to go viral. And hey, I know how to make things go viral. I've had stuff all the way up to the New York Times. So we can do this, but I need your help. Let's get some wings underneath this and get this tool to everybody. How cool would that be?
Looking
Yeah.
forward to it. That's how we're going to save America.
That's right.
Yep.
Well, Andrew, we thank you so much for blessing us with your time. I really appreciate that. Are you going to hopefully get some sleep? Sounds like you don't
We'll
sleep much.
see. I have a 6:30 flight in the morning, so
Okay.
just a few hours from now.
All right. Well, we're going to let you go then, but with so much gratefulness and thanks, and we will definitely keep in touch. And I'm so excited to start pushing people your way to get this website out across the country. Anything, Lisa or Kirk, that you want to say to Andrew before we go this evening?
No, thank you for everything that you've done. I appreciate it. I
Yeah.
hear about it all, and yeah, thank you very much.
We'll
Yeah.
really look forward to helping the movement.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Thanks so
Kirk?
much, Andrew. Really appreciate it.
All
Thanks,
right.
guys.
Well, we're going to say goodnight here. Thank you all for being here. And same time, same bat channel tomorrow. We got another great guest on, so please don't miss it. And then Saturday, that Spaces. If you want to come over to Twitter to listen in, hit me up if you need help with that. And I do go to liberation.tech.com. It's scrolling right across the bottom there. And other than that, over and out. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Right.